Hi, and welcome to Housewives of True Crime. Welcome. I am Tabitha. Give me Dateline, white wine, and I'll pick up your kids in the carpool line.
The next day, right?
Yeah, the next day.
Okay. And I am Gretchen. I like white wine, true crime, and in bed by 9 because I have a lot of stuff to do in the morning.
We are Housewives of True Crime.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Housewives of True Crime. Housewives of True Crime.
Welcome.
Welcome.
10th time in a row.
That's right. You know, it happens. Happy Saturday.
Oh, we are recording on a Saturday. We don't generally do that. And I have a new Starbucks drink that I'm drinking today.
And I have a tequila pop.
Yours looks way better than mine.
I just found these at the store. It's made by Cutwater, and it has real tequila in it. I give it about a 6.
It's not that good.
No, it's not that good.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad either. I don't value myself that much, so I'm still going to eat it.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Guess where I just was?
Where?
I was in the Dallas, and I was I had my son join Cub Scouts. And
because your kids totally need another activity.
well, it's the one that doesn't really have the activity.
Oh, you do realize with Cub Scouts that means there's like a family camp out.
Okay. Well, I do kind of think that. I do know that. I actually thought about it for a second.
You need Uncle Fred to fly in.
Yeah, I actually do.
He would live for that shit.
I know. Oh my God. By the way, I thought about it too. Yes, I did already think that we're going to have to go camping. That's going to be, are you sure I think it's like a dad thing. So
yeah, it's a dad thing. I'm saying Uncle Fred will definitely fill in.
Yes, I think that he might need to.
Or at least give you some tips.
Yeah, just the tip.
Yeah.
Just kidding. And talking about Cub Scouts, whoops.
Shit.
We're in big trouble.
We're fired.
I'm not telling any of them what I do for a living.
Yeah, I don't recommend.
Yeah, okay, I won't. Anyway, so I think it's going to be a good thing. I'm very excited about it. I think that he's such a rule follower kid, that it's going to be good for him. He's going to like it.
Yeah, it's survivor skills. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Someone in your family needs to know how to start a fire. Seriously.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I gotta tell you something.
What?
So I think I was talking to you on the phone the other day when I put my kids in the car in their karate uniforms, and the battery in my car was dead.
Yes, I do remember this.
Because I had an IEP on the phone, and I left my car on because I continued it from my car. I think my battery was on the way out anyways, and so it didn't take much, but I left my car on for a little too long. So it was a bummer. We missed karate, but at least I was at my house. Right?
Right.
So call the AAA. Battery guy comes out. Battery guy says, okay, listen, it's going to be $367. I say, what are you going to do?
Not that bad. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Whatever, right? So he gets to going, and I've had a battery replaced before, and I don't remember it ever being such a process. Now I'm at home, so I'm like, okay, just knock on my door if you need anything. I'm going to be inside doing homework. So he knocks on my door a lot. He liked to give me 5-minute updates.
Oh God, you're like, just
he
finish
started
it
telling
already.
me, he's like, it's really hard.
Why?
It's really hard to do this. I was like, okay. He's like, and I talked to my boss, and my boss said I should charge you more.
Oh my God, you are kidding me. You're like, no, it doesn't work like that.
I'm not kidding you. I was like, well, I don't think you should.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Does he just want a tip or what? Like, it's like AAA.
Well, it's okay. But he wants to charge me $150 more. So he rolls back up to my house like every 10 minutes and is like, those screws to get the battery out, they're like really hard. Because it's like under my seat.
Okay.
And he's like, I just think I need to charge you more. I'm like, well, that's not really going to work for me because this is what you said you were going to charge me, So that's How it is.
That's generally how it works.
Right. So, about an hour and a half later, he completed the task, and then he told me, there's like some tire pressure light on and some other things, and I didn't fix them for you. It's an easy fix, but I'm just not going to do it.
Oh my God, who is this guy? It's so
I'm
crazy
like,
as shit.
Well, I'm like, agree. Great. Oh, by the way, he didn't even screw it. Like, I have to take my car back to the dealership because he also didn't screw the battery down. So it's like sloshing around when I drive.
You gotta be fooling me.
But here's the thing. Because this is where the true crime part comes in. He's at my house.
Yeah.
So I can't really piss him off because he knows where I live.
Yeah. I don't like that at all.
Also, clearly this guy sucked, but I did tip him. I had a $20 in my wallet. So I was like, please don't kill me. Here's $20. Goodbye. Get out of my life. Right. Okay. So then that very night, I hear something, and my husband hears it too. And he says, oh my God, is someone in the backyard?
Dude.
I was like, oh, fuck. I knew he was going to come back. I should have just paid $150 more. This is how it ends, right? So my husband goes out in the backyard in his boxers.
Mm-hmm.
I have my hand on 9-1, just ready.
This is scary, Gretchy. What was it? It was like a coyote or something.
It was a raccoon.
Yeah.
We had a raccoon. First one.
Yeah.
I don't think they venture down to the beach that much.
No, I don't think so either. Wow.
A real cute picture. I was like, this little bandit is a big guy.
I just saw a raccoon in the middle of the freeway today.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't think they generally go on the freeway either. So maybe it had like rabies or something.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I have a really good case for you today. Would you like me to tell it to you?
Hear it.
Alrighty, Gretchy. This week I am going to tell you a story about... Oh no, this is not that story. Sorry. Wrong story. Damn it. Where is my story? All right, Gretchy. This week our story comes out of Reno, Nevada, a little California, a little Vegas. But since we have not talked about Reno before, I don't think, have we?
I don't think so. I think I have family in Reno.
You do? I had no idea
Tim
about
and Crystal
that.
Finn, the ones we just went river rafting with.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Reno, to my knowledge, I have not been there before, but it is a small gambling town in Nevada. It sits right on the border of California and Nevada. It's about 50 miles north of Lake Tahoe, where you also love to go.
Oh, I've met up with them in Lake Tahoe in the past as well.
Yep. Has a population of almost 250,000. So that's a pretty decent sized city, I would say.
I love the show Reno 911. I don't think that it's a fair depiction of Reno.
Oh, now I get it. This is why it's called the Hillbilly Vegas, right? Because of that show.
Or that show played off of that. I don't know. But I really love that show.
Yeah, that show was really funny. So I would say it's probably not really the Hillbilly Vegas, but more like a casual, fun, friendly, maybe a safer Vegas.
Like supposedly there's like a river that runs through it. It's like outdoorsy. It's close to like, supposedly it does not suck that bad.
Listen, I know, we know, blah. I am sure we could have a real good time there, Gretch.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Yeah. So there was this guy that did have a real good time there. His name was Larry McNabb.
Oh, we love a Larry.
Oh, I know. I think actually it was McNabney. It's kind of a hard last name to say. Larry, he was an attorney, a personal injury attorney. You know those ones?
Like Larry H. Parker.
And his name was Larry. Same.
His name was Larry too. Jacobian Myers.
That's the first thing I think of.
Who are you going to call?
And this guy also was the same. He had those local commercials, the billboards, Everybody in town knew who he was. And when you got in a car accident, who were you going to call? You were going to
Larry
call
H. Parker.
Larry McNabney.
McCabney.
He was handsome.
Oh, shoot.
Friendly. Liked to party.
Sounds like all the Larrys we talk about.
Totally it does. His friends often said he was the life of the party, and he had this Marlboro Man mustache. He would drive around with his cowboy hat on in his truck. I mean, like, people knew who he was, right?
Yeah.
He was known as like the Marlboro Man around town. And he was a great attorney for the most part. He wasn't the best husband, I would say, because he had already
They don't usually make good husbands, those Larrys.
Yeah, he already had 4 wives by 1995. So I'm pretty sure he didn't make a great husband. And he had a bit of a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Larry was one of those drinkers that went on benders for days and sometimes weeks at a time. So although it wasn't too often, his friends and family knew about this and knew at some points he just went off the grid for a bit. Larry always came back, picked himself up, got clean for a while. And I'm sure a lot of people that struggle with addiction can relate.
Yeah, it's like a bender.
Yeah, it's a bender. Well, those TV commercials really seem to work well because Larry ended up opening a satellite office in Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, his business was booming.
Okay.
Running 2 offices were hard, and so he needed to hire some people to run them to help with it. Lo and behold, this beauty walks right through his door. Her name was Elisa. These last names, dude. Redelsberger.
Okay.
She was dark-haired, 29-year-old, and quick as a whip. She was smart, and Larry could tell right away. She had an MBA, and she told him her IQ was 140. So she started running the Las Vegas office. I know, braggy, right? Like, would you be like, oh, and guess what? 140 up here. I would be like, what? Hand me a 40?
I don't know what my IQ test is because I've never taken one because maybe I don't want to know.
Sorry. I got to move around here. My foot is falling asleep. And you guys, I sit on the floor, if you can imagine. Oh, my God. If you watch YouTube, you would know. So Larry was almost 20 years older than Elisa, but he became smitten with her like pretty quickly. And, you know, they started a romantic relationship. Mostly, I would say you don't mix business and pleasure. They don't usually go hand in hand, but then I can't really say that because both you and I worked with our husbands. So
true. And it's working out swimming. Marital bliss. Never been happier.
Marital bliss. Right. So, yeah, Larry's killing it with his clients in Vegas, and some of them start to notice that their settlement numbers are not coming in like they should.
Oh,
kind of reminds
me. Tom Girardi.
Yeah, totally.
Don't do me like Tom.
So the Nevada Bar Association looks further into what is going on and come to find out Elisa is skimming off the top. 29-year-old office manager, 140 IQ, thinks that she's got, needs another little bank account. So she embezzles more than $140,000 from Larry's practice. Okay.
It's chump change for Tom Girardi, but okay.
Right.
Still sucks.
I would say that that's probably a big red flag, like huge red flag. And that's what all of his family would say. I mean, sure, she was pretty, but that doesn't always buy you forgiveness for that. But somehow Elisa skipped out on going to jail. I'm thinking that maybe Larry took the fall for it, right? Paid back the people. It doesn't say what, I can't find why, she didn't get in trouble for it, but Larry
did. He didn't really press it and he paid the people
then it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
He did stop practicing in Vegas, picked himself up and moved, But guess who he moved with? Elisa. Yes.
Okay.
He takes her in tow. And guess what? These two, they got hitched.
Oh, shoot.
This Elisa really did know how to put a spell on a man. And I mean, she must be cooking some real good dinner and dessert.
Yeah. And other stuff.
And
All
extra
this
dessert.
Extra dessert.
Whipped cream on top.
That's right.
So
That's what she
these
had.
two, they moved themselves to Sacramento, California, where he begins a law firm there. And again, Larry starts killing it. Buys himself some.
Delicious. Oh my God.
Yes, buys himself some of those commercials in Sacktown, and the money starts pouring in. And since they're in a different state, Elisa can start working in the office. I mean, sometimes people don't learn. Well, these two, they're doing great. They even started to invest in the horse world. Bought themselves some quarter horses.
Oh, shoot.
You know those horses we just talked about?
Yeah, I bet they ran in the same circle as the Rita.
I bet you they did. And they were making some money on them. They started showing them, they were winning, and this made Reno, now Sacramento cowboy, real happy.
Okay.
They needed to hire at the office because business was booming. So they brought in a college student by the name of Sarah Dutra. Sarah was 21 years old, going to UC Sacramento. She was young, cute, from a real religious family. She seemed like a perfect fit for a part-time legal secretary. And while Larry at the time was super busy being lawyer man, Elisa would start kind of hanging out with Sarah. Seemed like Elisa kind of was drawn to Sarah's youthfulness. Sarah brought this kind of, I could see when you get into your 30s, maybe looking at a 21-year-old seems kind of fun. You miss that a little bit, you know? And Sarah really liked all the money and the fun that Elisa could bring. So these two quickly became inseparable outside of work.
I think being 30 was way more fun than 21.
I do too, actually.
We were so broke at 21.
We were so broke at 21. But Sarah wasn't, because
at 30,
Sarah
we
found
could, go do stuff.
Sarah found Elisa, who had all the money from Larry.
Yeah.
So Larry's working late, and these two were out partying, drinking, and shopping all on Larry's dime. At first, it felt fine for Larry, but then he quickly got tired of buying Sarah Gucci shoes to match his wife. Elisa didn't really give a shit what Larry thought and kept Sarah happy by buying her stuff and taking her on their horse weekends. It's actually rumored that these ladies started having more than just a BFF friendship.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, like maybe Larry found them in bed together.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said on Patreon last week, they weren't a throuple. Remember when I was trying to tell you about this case?
Oh, yeah.
But something was going on there.
Something was going on.
One weekend, Larry and Elisa had a horse show in LA. And while the two were there, guess who shows up?
Who?
Sarah.
Oh, well, of course.
Larry's like, what the F is she doing here? But of course, he's like, oh, F it. Let's have a drink. So they all start partying until at one point, Larry and Sarah got into it. Now, I can see this happening because I kind of get into it with different people at different times during dinners too. Just saying. Might have happened recently.
Yeah, could happen.
With somebody that's pretty close to me.
Yeah.
Don't live in the same household. Sarah actually gets up, flies home, and Larry was like, I am so over her. Lisa, you better fire that lady. She is out of here. We are moving on. You are not going to have that friendship anymore.
Yeah.
Elisa, on the other hand, convinces Sarah to get back to the show the next day. And this was September 10th, 2001. The world was just about to turn upside down, but Elisa and Sarah had another plan to turn Larry's life upside down. These girls were real fond of Larry's money, but not his attitude, so they decided to give him a little horse tranquilizer to take care of him.
Oh, shit.
So on September 11th, while everyone was flipping out over the collapse of the Twin Towers and the terrorist attacks, Elisa and Sarah were trying to figure out how to get this 200-pound man out of a hotel unnoticed. He was alive, but in total state of paralyzation. So they rented a wheelchair, put him in a wheelchair, made it act like he was just sick, gets him to the car. And I don't think anybody actually saw him because they were all
It's so like Weekend at Bernie's.
Totally, right? Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
I just watched that not too long ago.
I don't like this. That's like, you got to think it through. What is the drug going to do?
Okay.
Like the whole eye drops thing. It's like, yeah, okay.
By the way,
you can do it, but the person you have to basically put them in a coma and torture them for days. It's not like it just works.
100%. It's the same thing. And by the way, they put this horse tranquilizer in an eye drop holder in a Visine bottle.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, with the eye drops, you people, you better
So
run.
they thought that it was just going to kill him right away, right? They were like, how much, but it did not. So Larry was fighting with all he had. Like he knew, dude. He knew it was like, these bitches are like trying to take me down. So they throw him in the back of the car thinking that he's going to die on the way home from like Southern California all the way up to Sacramento, which is a good 6-7 hour drive. Yeah. They decide they're going to stop in Yosemite and bury him. But once they get to Yosemite, he's still alive.
First of all, another bad choice. I can think of so many better places on that drive.
Oh my God, I know.
Bury a body. Okay.
How about where all those cows
how about off the 395? Listen, the thing about Yosemite Valley is there's one road in, one road out.
Yeah.
About 1 million tourists, wildlife cameras, a whole bunch of shit. It's not like there's just random roads you can just go down and be discreet on.
Well, when they get there, Larry's still breathing. And so they decide that it's not a good idea to bury him alive. I don't know if it would have put him out of his misery sooner, but these two, I guess, had a hint of morality. So they drive him home where they stick him in bed and feed him more tranquilizers until they all fall asleep. And behold, in the morning, Larry McNabney is no longer alive. Yo.
Hi.
I found something we've both been dreaming about.
Tell me.
It's an app on your phone that delivers alcohol to your door.
Say what?
Say, like, no joke, dude. And in Texas, that's something that you have to, like, go to the liquor store, to find alcohol here. You can't just, like, buy it at the grocery store, like in California.
Are you trying to tell me that I could be dreaming of a Michelada and I don't even have to get off my lazy bum?
It's 100%, dude. It's the best thing ever. It's really saved me a lot of time. It's called Drizzly.
Drizzly.
It's the #1 app for alcohol delivery. It even delivers, the Kettle One directly to the door in less than 60 minutes.
Hot damn.
Could you imagine if we had that when we were in our 20s? We might be broke.
Yeah, we might be broke.
But literally, it's great. And so you guys should try it too. It probably will save you a lot of hassle. It connects directly to your local liquor store and compares prices for the best deals. I know you like Gretchen.
Of course.
And it has access to the widest selections of beer, wine, and liqueur. So check out Drizzly now by downloading the Drizzly app or going to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com and use promo code SPICE5 for $5 off your first order.
I'm going to do it right now.
You're totally doing it right now. Drizzly.com and use SPICE5 for $5 off.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
Gretchen, since summer is over and fall is in the air, getting
It's
real
fall,
cold,
y'all.
and we just put up our Halloween decorations, so you know what that means.
What?
Scary movies.
Oh, I love watching scary movies to get me in the mood for fall.
There is a new service called Shudder. It's by AMC Networks, and it's all scary movies. And you checked it out. So tell us what you thought.
Oh, listen, I'm all about it. I love the Shudder streaming service. I love the old classic scary movies like Carrie. And I got to take a trip down memory lane with my friend Elvira at her 40th anniversary special. And they have a new series that I cannot even wait to watch. It's called Behind the Monsters. Not going to start till October 27th, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Dude, I'm ready for that also. You guys can stream it wherever you stream things, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV, you can get it. And it is definitely worth it. So get started streaming the best horror, thriller, and supernatural content. Shudder's expertly curated collection includes the must-see like Vivacious Fun, the Mortuary Collection, Psycho Gorman. Try Shudder for free for 30 days, you guys. There's like no risk. Go to shudder.com and use promo code CLINK. And that is SHUDDER.com and use promo code CLINK.
Let's face it, there's nothing more soothing than something a little scary. Check it out.
Oh my gosh. It actually keeps me awake through a whole movie.
Nice.
Yeah, check it out, guys. Clink.
Clink.
These two had now a body on their hands, and they decided it was best, stick it in the wine fridge while they figured out what to do with him. I mean, Larry did like wine.
Very well thought out. No.
So while Larry's chilling, the two women were having the time of their lives with all of his money. They were so busy spending that they decided they needed another office manager. So they hired this lady named Ginger. Ginger, also super cute girl. I actually almost think they thought Ginger was going to be their buddy. She was young, hot, like them. But Ginger found it really odd that she never actually met her boss and he was never around. Elisa told her he was away for a while. His kids from his previous marriage started calling, and she would say, Larry's on a bender, but benders don't last for months.
Yeah.
Elisa had all types of excuses for where Larry was, from being sick to being in rehab to joining some sort of spiritual cult.
She should have just said she didn't know where the fuck he was.
Yeah, she should have said that. Ginger was overhearing all these bizarre stories and was witness to Sarah and Elisa both signing checks with Larry's name on it while they were trying to run the office. But without Larry, these two were running the business into the ground, and Ginger started to become real skeptical. So she went to the police and she said basically, like, I have a boss that I never met. He seems to be missing. His wife is forging his signatures on everything, and it's making me pretty uncomfortable. So,
oh my God, go Ginger. I feel kind of bad. I must disclose, Ginger. I thought that maybe because you have kind of a stripper name that we were not going to contribute to the solution.
She does, and she's a real cute. She could, yeah. I actually like the name Ginger.
I apologize. I like it too, but come on, it's kind of like candy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I like ginger candy too. Okay. So what happens when a grown man goes missing? Mm-hmm. Not that much.
No. Oh, it's not Gabby Petito.
It's not. And so the police take note, but they're like not really 100% concerned.
Yeah.
Until Ginger calls back a couple months later and says, well, Elisa has packed up her horse trailer and I think she's out of here. And when the police arrived, she's already gone. Elisa McNabney disappeared. But you know who resurfaced?
Sarah?
Larry.
Oh, shoot.
On February 5th, 2002, in the middle of Central California, vineyard in Central California, some workers were tending to the vines when they saw a foot sticking out of the ground.
At a winery. Come on.
I know. Dude, and I
Why
was
would
just
you
thinking
do
like,
that?
well,
Those good wine growing folks. Jeez,
it's
Louise.
like your sister, and your sister's in Central California, right by
That would
Sacramento.
really piss her off.
Could you imagine? Maybe it was on her
And everybody's
property.
thinking you got dead wine. That's not nice.
No,
That
it's
is not
not.
nice at all. At least do it to something like broccoli or something that already tastes like shit.
And smells like it.
According to some people, I mean, I do like broccoli, but you know,
I like broccoli.
Eggplant.
So,
Bury him in eggplant farm. I hate eggplant.
okay, eggplant. Well, Larry McNabney's autopsy showed that he had not decomposed like they would have expected from when he died, and he must have been refrigerated. So that's how they knew that she kept him in that wine fridge, by the way, which she gave to a friend after she buried his ass. I mean, what kind of crazy person is she?
Not smart.
So her IQ wasn't holding up.
Oh, this is I forgot about this, Miss 140.
Yeah.
I think she made that up.
She was not thinking ahead.
No.
So upon further investigation and autopsy, they did find that Larry had died of horse tranquilizer. But, you know, Elisa was on the run. The last time Elisa had been seen was in January when Ginger went to the police and was like, I think she's, you know, heading out of town. So police, they do some digging. Her horse trailer was still there. Remember when Ginger went to go and say, hey, she's filling up her horse trailer with all this stuff?
Yeah.
I think she kind of knew somehow. And so she ended up just taking off in her red Jaguar and leaving the horse trailer with all the stuff. And so they found, they soon found like some documents from Elisa. They actually looked up her maiden name and they see that it's actually an inmate that she celled with years ago. That Elisa's name is not really Elisa. This bee stole the identity of her cellmate in prison.
Oh, snap.
Elisa was actually born Laren Renee Sims Jordan and had
what kind of name is Laren?
Laren, Laren, Laren.
That's Lauren.
I think it's Laren.
Lauren?
I think it's Laren.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe Lauren. But I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Laren. Okay.
Regardless. Lauren, Laren, Elisa, whatever you want to call her. She had a 130-page rap sheet with the criminal justice system. She was a total con.
Yeah.
The police then bring Sarah Dutra in, you know, Elisa's or Lauren or Laren, whatever we want to call her, BFF in. And she's like, I have no idea where Elisa is. She tells the police that she went to the airport because Elisa said, meet me here and we're going to go somewhere. I think with the horses or something. She said she got to the airport and there was no Elisa, no airline ticket, and she never heard from her again. They asked her why she thinks Larry's dead and who could have killed him. And she says, I don't know. I can't think of anybody that would want to kill him. She at one point kind of says like, well, maybe Elisa, but no, she was like, I have no idea. Right. She's in this big pink puffy jacket. She comes to I gotta post a picture of her doing her talk. It's almost like I want to throw up. But anyways, it didn't take long until the authorities tracked Laren down. Guess where they found her?
Where?
Somewhere that I'm going pretty soon. Destin, Florida.
Destin, Florida. Wow.
Yep. And once they closed in on her, guess what she did? She spilled the tea. They caught her because she had stolen some other dude's car and left her red Jaguar And so the guy called the police.
She didn't even run in time. Like, she wasn't stashing enough money. Now she's got to steal somebody else's car. Okay. She did not. No.
I feel like she kind of wanted to get caught.
For somebody who with 140, practice makes perfect. It's not supposed to make you worse.
No, I think she...
Sloppy.
Like, she spilled all the tea when they brought her in. Like, she told it all. So I don't know. I'm like, did she want to get caught? Was she over being a criminal? I don't know. Once she was brought into the station, she admitted to it all and brought Sarah Dutra right down with her. When asked about burying him, she said that she had tried twice, one time in the desert, and the dirt was too hard. She was also asked how deep she dug the hole when she put him in the vineyard, and she, in quotation, says, obviously not deep enough. Both Laren and Sarah were booked into prison or jail before their sentencing for killing Larry McNabney, because basically Laren told the whole truth.
Okay, this is what I think happened. I think those two were lovers, couple together in the love. And I think that Sarah did not want to be booed up with Laren anymore. And so it's not that she wanted to quit being a criminal, but she's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take you down. She's spiteful. At that point, she didn't even, she was so brokenhearted. She was so hurt that she was like, I don't even care if it means I'm going to prison. I'm just going to make sure you do not get to find love again.
Okay.
That's what I think happened.
Think you might be right, because I am going to tell you a little bit more. Laren didn't last long in jail. She actually committed suicide.
Yeah, she was brokenhearted.
So she ended up hanging herself in her jail cell, and she left a note addressed to her attorney saying that she wanted them to sue the prison for allowing her to hang herself and give all the proceeds to her 2 children, which she did have 2 kids. She had one kid that had cerebral palsy, so I don't think that she ever really had any contact with him. But then she also had a daughter that she was in contact with. And then she also wrote in that letter that she wanted Sarah to go down, that it was all her fault.
Yeah.
So then it was Sarah to face all this heat in this death triangle. And of course, she pleads innocent. And she says she was coerced into helping and she wanted nothing to do with it. But she thought she would end up like Larry if she didn't comply with Elisa's demands. Ginger would get up on the stand and tell a whole different story, especially when these two would walk in with their matching Gucci outfits and trying to cash clients' money. By the way, they still were trying to cash people's injury checks. She said that there was one for like over $100,000 that they tried to sign their name to take their money of somebody's injury check.
Oh, that's so horrible.
They're disgusting. Yeah.
That's so
People that do that are awful.
We're talking to you, Erica Jane.
I know.
Talking to you.
So it must happen more than we know, by the way.
For sure.
Who knew? Okay, so Sarah was eventually convicted of voluntary manslaughter and sentenced to 11 years in prison on March 19th, 2003.
She got off pretty good.
Dude, I think she got off so easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, she should be thanking her stars. So she's out. She's a free woman.
She is. So she was released from the Central California Women's Facility on August 26, 2011. She's been free for 10 years. She only served 8.5 years. So I sent you a picture of who I think she is last night. But I tried to find her on Facebook, and I think I found her, but it's been so long. It's hard to tell because also the hair color is a little bit different. But if it is her, it looks like she's living a pretty decent life. And if I was Larry's family, I'd be real pissed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So rest in peace, Larry, the one that was known as the Marlboro Man.
Rest in peace.
I'm going to
Sarah.
play also one of his commercials so you could see it.
Oh, okay.
But he got a raw deal hooking up with that Laren. She was a bad, evil woman. And they were together for years. Like,
listen, I hate to be all like whatever, but he knew there was red flags from the get when she stole the money the first time. It's very that when people show you who they are, believe them, even if they have a magical
dessert
situation in their pants.
Magical dessert.
You gotta let it go.
Oh God.
Right.
Hopefully Larry's just going on a lot of fun benders in heaven.
Oh yeah. He's at that dive bar in the sky.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
So that's the story of Larry McNabney. Weird. So weird. Anywho, let me tell you, I do want to thank everybody for giving us reviews on Apple. I am going to ask, if you haven't, would you please just hit subscribe on whatever platform you listen to us. It's pretty easy. You just look down right now and then hit subscribe so you get this every Monday. And that helps us. Also, if you haven't given us a star, you don't even have to write anything. Just, tap the 5-star if you like us. If you hate us, then there's plenty of other podcasts to listen to.
Yeah, don't hit
you don't have to review. Because people do like us, right? Also, we are on Patreon, and we are patreon.com /housewives of true crime. But if you just put in Housewives of True Crime, you will find us there. And we talk shop, and once a month we give you a extra juicy case. And then we also are on Instagram and Facebook. Find us there. Housewives of True Crime group is really kind of interesting. It's getting real interesting lately. And we will do a follow-up on the Gabby Petito. We've heard some news, but I think we're waiting for just something more. And I feel like we're right around the corner from finding a little bit more out.
Yeah, they got to find him.
Is it crazy that he's still missing? It really is, right?
Oh, I just cannot wait to find out that his parents helped him in some way.
No, we already know.
We already know, but it's all going to come out. I mean, the latest with his sister.
Yeah.
She saw him and had previously said that she didn't.
This whole family. I mean, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Or maybe that's wrong.
No, I think she's talking out against him. Well, I would.
She's talking out against him. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, there's so much in there, but yeah, so we'll get it together and then we'll follow up.
Yeah, we'll do a follow-up. And thank you all who have posted on their Instagram for us. I know Paige always does.
Thanks, Lex, on the TikTok.
So Alexis.
Cute. Love you so much.
You guys, if you do not follow her, Lex Loves, I mean, you got to. She is so fun.
Hey, and Lex, if you're listening, you know what I would love? If you could, so I quit wasting my money, is if you could compare all these icy alcoholic beverages. I've never seen you do that. But if you decide to, I value your opinion.
That might be her next thing. She might be totally wasted by the end of it.
Just a suggestion.
Okay. Well, maybe she'll take us up on that offer. Anyways, guys, clink, clink. Thank you for listening.
Clink, clink.
Streaming only on Peacock.
John Wayne Gacy killed 32.
Straight from the killer's mouth.
They want you to believe that I alone committed these murders.
The new gripping 6-part documentary series, John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.